Hey guys, it's Todd from Like-Minded Lunatics bringing you another drink, play, swear. It's all we do around here. It's what we fought Master Blaster in the Thunderdome to do around here. We're glad you're with us, and while I'm thinking about it, please hit that subscribe button in the bottom right corner of your screen. We got all kinds of good stuff here on the channel. We would love to see how much bigger our Like-Minded Lunatics family is getting, and the best way for us to see that is for you to hit that subscribe button and for us to get some real numbers. We are on the climb to 8 million subscribers. I can say that, right? Even if we're at the very bottom of the mountain, I can say it. Anyway, hit that subscribe and let's make it closer to reality. I'll be playing vintage video games from 2041 before that happens, probably. But you gotta have goals. You gotta have goals. So, anyway, plenty of great stuff on the channel. You know, Mark Gifford's got his Friday night videos, and I got the drink, play, swears over here. But there's also the comedy chow chow. I don't know if people are checking out the comedy chow chow as much as they should. Mark, you remember those times I was calling you and pestering you, leaving you voicemails? Can you share one of those with the good people? Are you good people? Did you hit subscribe? Okay, great. Well, if you're not familiar with this area, what we do around here is we do just that. We drink, play, and swear. So we play a game, usually a classic one, pair it with a beverage, and I tell you a story. So welcome to the area. We're glad that you're here. All right, let's have a little fun. What are we playing today? We're playing ToeJam Earl. This is Back in the Groove, and this is a recent release. I don't do that a ton on the channel, but this is a really fun one, and I thought it would fit well with the drink, play, swears. Now, this is the fourth game in the ToeJam and Earl series. I got a couple of them right here. This is the original on the Sega Genesis. Fun game. Shout out to Like-Minded Lunatic Lindsay, who loves this game. That's a good one. And then its sequel, also on the Genesis, Panic on Funkotron. That's a good one. Totally different format game, but equally fun. And then they had, I don't know, a third game on one of the Xbox consoles. I never played it. And I don't know anything about it, but this one is the newest offering, Back in the Groove. And I debated about which one to play with you guys, but you know, playing this one next to the original, it's essentially the same game, but this one is brighter, more beautiful, and I thought it'd be more fun to look at while we're talking today. So we're doing a more recent one today. It's Back in the Groove, and I'm back in the groove here with my Jim Beam and Coke. Wouldn't want to stray too far from that. Grab yourself something. Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's play a game. All right. If you're not familiar with ToeJam Earl, it's a really fun series of games. And this, as I said, this Back in the Groove game really got back to, let's do a new one here. Got back to the style of the first game. No, we don't want any on. Okay, so look, you got more options here than the original. The old ones, you just had ToeJam Earl to choose from. But here we have ToeJam. Great names, right? This is very 90s, ToeJam Earl. ToeJam Earl. You got old school, you got the sort of the classic look, you got a newer look, and then they have some friends they brought with them. And then I have beaten this game once with Earl, so I got Earl's mom, Flo, here. But let's, why don't we roll with, who's better? Why don't we roll with ToeJam? And let's go normal. If you're not familiar with this game, you're an alien, which is a good time. And you crash land on Earth, and your spaceship flies into a million pieces. And the goal of the game is to go to the various levels and collect the pieces. And you got to avoid humans, because aren't they the worst? Aren't they? I mean, if you think about it, you know, we like to complain about scorpions and spiders and stuff, but I don't know, man. I think it's us. I think we're probably the worst. Okay, so we're gonna play this, and I got a good one for you today. Okay, I've talked a little bit about the fact on the channel that I am a college professor, teach writing here in San Antonio. But I haven't talked about anything in the classroom yet, and so I thought I would, with all parties, of course, anonymous except me. I only incriminate myself here. But one thing I teach is public speaking as part of these writing courses. You know, communication, written communication, but then also oral communication is part of the curriculum, and you got to do some public speaking in these courses. And a lot of students are really intimidated by the public speaking. So yeah, I'm gonna wear a power hat. I beat the game once, didn't I? Give me the no power hat. Okay, I got a little what? I started feeling too good about myself. They said, "Hey, remember that power hat? No power hat." As you can see here, I'm running around this level, and there's no ship piece here because next to level 2, it would say that there's a ship piece. So the goal here right now, I'm just trying to not die. I'm collecting goodies and looking for an exit door. So teach public speaking, and I do it in a variety of ways, but I have a lot of fun with it because I enjoy public speaking, and I want to sort of try to be infectious in that for the students so that they come away with a little more confidence. So we do that, and I tell them, man, hey, listen, you can't control everything about what happens up there. It won't always go as planned, you know? Maybe the technology won't be working all of a sudden, or one of your partners, won't show up. You got to be ready for anything. Well, today I'm going to tell you a story about one time where, even though I said you gotta be ready for anything, none of us could have expected what happened. So, I got this group presenting one day, and they go up and they do just fine. They do a nice job. Oh, look at that little sign over there. What's that? I have to try and get over there. They do just fine, and I'm in a classroom, usually a smaller one. I teach classes of 25 students usually, because in the writing courses you need to be a little more discussion oriented rather than lecture. And so smaller rooms, and as a class is wrapping up, or excuse me, a group is wrapping up. Look at this guy chasing me down. Oh, I'm seeing that the doorway opened up. This group finishes presenting, and I feel like a presence next to me, like somebody standing next to me waiting to talk to me. I'm sitting at a desk filling out. I got this little rubric for how I grade the presentations and everything. So I'm feeling this kind of energy over here next to me, and turn and look, and it's a guy I've never seen before, a little bit older than, here we go, look. I got to unlock this hat, so now I can even eat the poison. It doesn't hurt me. There's poisonous food around. So there's this guy standing next to me, not enrolled in my class, that I've never seen before, and there he is. And he's a little older than everyone else, but younger than me. I'm in my mid to late 30s at this point. My students are usually 18, 19, 20, and this guy was late 20s maybe, and he wanted to know if he could sit in on the class. Oh, check this out. All these little mini games. This is going to be hard because I have my volume down today, but I'm going to try it anyway. Let's see how I do. You got to copy him. It's sort of like, you remember Parappa the Rapper on PlayStation? Really showing my age here. Parappa the Rapper. But you got to mimic his beat, and you get points for it. Nice. So this game's really fun, and it's one that you can do kind of casually, no boss fights and stuff like that. So he wants to sit in, which is not totally crazy. I'm thinking maybe like, he's got a friend in the class and he wants to sit in on his friend's presentation. So I say, yeah, that'd be okay. No problem. Have a seat. And now here's the first creepy thing that happened, okay? Among many. I say, have a seat. He says, no thanks. I might have to pee or something. So I'm gonna stand in the back if that's okay. I say, well, no. It might be kind of distracting for the next presenters. So you're welcome to stay and sit in on one if you'd like, but have a seat. Otherwise, maybe go ahead and go to the bathroom and come another day. In fact, that might be better, I think I said. No, that's all right. He's sort of like, he's got a sweaty kind of sheen on him. And I'm now starting to feel uneasy for the first time. I generally feel pretty confident in my classroom, and nothing much rattles me. Maybe just because of the position I'm in to be confident. But, I would say I'm more confident in the classroom than I am in my personal life. He goes over and sits down. I'm in the back row. He's also in the back row, a couple seats away from me. And he sits down. One of the comforting things about this scenario is that to my left, also in the back row, is a continuing ed student. He's a Marine. Big guy. So I kind of give him a glance, but he's not looking at me. So I didn't get like one of those, hey, are we gonna work together here, whatever happens? I didn't get the look I was looking for, but I knew there was a Marine in the room, and I don't exactly pump iron, so he was gonna be an asset if there was a situation. And as I'm standing there, let me pause for a second. As I'm sitting there, and the next group goes up to present, they begin. And hi, our names are such and such. Today we'll be presenting on X, Y, and Z. Glad you're here, and let's get started. And they start their first slide and talking about the topic. The young man who has joined us shoots his arm up to the sky, wanting to be called on. This is not the protocol in my class. Questions come at the end, if at all. I'm nervous for the group more than anything, but I have to say, they persevered. They did not call on him, and they did their best to ignore him. With his hand still raised to the sky, I now see that he has one black glove on. No glove on the other hand. And it's like a fingerless glove. Fingerless glove. I don't know why I did the because if you're a Hollywood, if you're putting, what are they called? People who dress people for movies? Costume designer? If you're a Hollywood costume designer and you're looking for a creepy guy in back row and you're going through a drawer of gloves, you're probably going with the fingerless. Okay. So, now I'm concerned, and I'm trying to figure out what to do. I'm also trying to figure out what to do in this game. Where am I going? Okay. Trying to figure out what to do. And, thankfully, the folks presenting just keep it going, no problem. And, they finish up their presentation. Now, over the course of these few minutes, I have decided that I am just going to let class out. Even though there's supposed to be one or two more groups presenting, I'm wrapping this up before something happens. So I'm ready to jump up as soon as the presentation ends. And I do. They go sit down, I jump up and I go, all right, guys, hey, listen, great presentations today, really great. I know we were supposed to have two more today. I'm going to go ahead and wrap early because I've got a personal matter to attend to. If either of those groups have concerns, not planning to be here in that next class, why don't you just shoot me an email? But why don't we make it a nice, quick day today? Have a good one. Trying to stay cool, but I'm low-key panicking, okay? Because the guy is now... I'm getting some menacing vibes from him. I'm not sure how much I'm inventing them. So... the class leaves, and I can't tell in this moment if anyone else was concerned or not. Later, I find out from that class that they were super concerned and everyone was feeling exactly the way I was. I'm packing up my stuff at the front of the room, trying to get the hell out of there, and this guy comes up to the front to talk to me. All right, I think. You got everyone else safe, and you're almost through this. Don't freak out. Packing up my bag. He says, this class looks great, I said, oh, yeah, well, yeah, it is. Have you taken Comp 2 yet, No, not yet. Can I get your phone number? I may want to contact you another time. I said, well, my current students don't even really get my phone number. I said, but I'm happy to give you my email address. That way, you can contact me in the future about taking a course. Great, thanks. So I write down my real email address. I should have written down Mark's. Mark works with me.
What the hell?
Should have written down his email address and been like,
you son of a bitch.
Email me anytime, pal.
God damn it.
Anyway. So I write my real email address down on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So it's this little email address on a big sheet of paper. I note that because he takes the piece of paper, he folds it up like into like square upon square upon square upon square upon square, like tiny little, until it's a tiny little square, and then he throws his foot up onto the desk. He's in a combat boot. Throws his foot. See, if I was wearing the hat, I wouldn't have had that happen. Throws his combat boot onto the desk, jams the note, the email address, into his boot, and then puts his foot back down. My bag's packed. I'm moving. I'm on the move, walking out the door, and he's trailing me, and he says, "Thanks for writing that down for me." We're walking out the door. He says, "I might forget this whole thing happened." I say, "Oh yeah, is that right? Now we're among other people at least. We're out in the hall and there's people congregating and sitting down in little chairs and talking and things, and it's a social situation, and I'm only one building away from my office. I'm out, bro." So I say, "Oh yeah, that's interesting." He says, "Yeah, I'm experimenting with a few drugs right now, and I'm kind of a drunk." "Oh, okay." "Have a good one," I say, and I'm out, right? Walking away fast. So I'm walking, trying to leave the building, and I pass like this little shop where there is a university employee selling snacks and coffee and things. And she says, "Do you know that young man?" And I said, "Well, no, but he interrupted my class today, and I felt a little unsafe, so I let class out early." And I can see her looking sort of past me at him, and she goes, "Yeah, I think maybe we need to do something." I turn around and look, and he has approached a group of people, and he's standing like uncomfortably close to a guy. Okay. Like with his knees almost, his nose almost touching the guy's cheek. Okay. So I go, "Right, I'm gonna call the police." So I leave the building, I walk over to, look at this little mountain, is this a dead body? I walk over to, excuse me, my office building, and you can see I have no idea where I'm going right now. And I call the police. Then I go in and tell my boss what's happened and everything. She's relieved everyone's okay and that I didn't bungle it, that I didn't bullocks it like I'm wont to do in life. So that worked out. I went back over to the same building because my next class was there. And I asked the woman who was working there if there were any updates, and she said yes, that he was in fact hanging around, giving people some trouble. Is there a jump button? In the old one there was a jump button. What am I doing? Nope. I was gonna fall off the edge. So he had been there, and I guess he had been harassing some folks, but the police came before there was anything, and the police talked to him, realized that they needed to take him in, given his erratic behavior. I guess he started screaming and made a little bit of a scene, but no one was hurt. So, I was just blown away because nothing like that had ever really happened in my classes before. And later I did come to find out that he got the help he needed, that he was having some PTSD issues, that he was formerly a soldier, and he had been overseas, and he had now enrolled in school, and he was having some trouble. So I definitely don't want to make light of his situation at all, and I hope he's getting help. But for us on our side, man, we were totally freaked out. And the next day in class, I told that group who presented well, I said, "Hey, man, sometimes I have personal stories about how groups persevere and keep pushing through when they got a partner who doesn't show up or something like that. But you guys are my new story. You guys killed it. They really did. They got a good grade on that presentation. Now, did I hear any of it? I don't know. I think I did. I tried to write stuff down, but it was sort of illegible because I was panicking about the gloved man. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, boy, if you're a classroom teacher, instructor, and you've been through something like that, boy, you know it's freaky. All right, so I only got to level 4 here. I didn't get too far, and I only collected one piece, but you get the idea. It's a fun game. If you loved the old one, you're gonna love this one. And let's wrap up this beverage. Hey, between now and the next time I talk to you, I'm Todd. See ya.